Hello everyone, my name is Daisy Saray Plasencia, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience with my interview with an informatics nurse. So I actually had the pleasure of talking to the director of informatics at Loma Linda. Um, First, I do have to disclose that it was super scary and very nerve-wracking because um, the only person who answered me was the director of informatics. So I needed to make sure that I was super prepared, that I had all the questions in line, and that I knew how to explain it in a way where they would understand and get to the point. I didn't want to take much time out of their day, especially being the director of informatics. Um, so when we were emailing back and forth about which day would work the best, I just wanted to make sure that they understood that I respected their time. And I valued it. But it was actually a great experience. Kenneth, that's his name. He was amazing. He answered all my questions, and one of the things that I really appreciated about him was his transparency about what the job entailed. So, one of the questions that I asked him, a unique question that I formulated for him was, what is something that you would tell a nursing student or someone who's looking into becoming an informatics nurse? And one of the things that he mentioned was you need to like technology. You need to love data. You need to love having to sit behind a computer for hours, formulating things, understanding how things work, and knowing how to articulate technology and how to bring it to a matter where people could understand it. Um, so he had a unique intake on nursing and informatics because he got his bachelor's in computer science and then eventually decided to become a nurse for like a year and a half, did bedside. And then after that, that's when he decided he wanted to do a little bit more and he got his master's in informatics and decided to join two degrees together to becoming one. So he was very excited because he was actually part of the process of getting Loma Linda into a magnet hospital. So in 2020, he started working together with providers, nurse practitioners, staff members on how to create numbers in order for the board to see that they were a respectful hospital who deserved to become a magnet hospital. And they were able to become successful, and in 2020, Loma Linda was considered to be a magnet hospital. So with this interview, I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was amazing the fact that we were able to do like a video call and he was able to really talk about his personal experience being an informatics nurse and how he dealt a lot with like Epic and the platforms that providers and staff members use, and how he works really close with IT in order to make these platforms easier, specifically because IT deals with the calls whenever the systems are down or when something's not working, and he gets in communication with IT in order to know what things need to be modified and what needs to be updated so that it's just an easier transition. Um, Personally, after this interview, I realized that I probably wouldn't want to do informatics. I would love to work close with an informatics nurse because I feel like it's important to have different insights about different staff members and how like technology works and how like different platforms are given for us to use. Um, I just feel like I don't have that passion for computers. I don't know if I would love technology. I'm not good at it. Um, and that is something that he did mention. Like some nurses will go into informatics thinking like, oh, it's an easy job. I just had to work on the computer, work from home, but then you realize that there's more into it, and it has to do a lot of with like knowing how computer works, computer science to it too. And I remember taking a computer science class in my undergrad, and I was like, this is not for me. So having this interview, it really helped understand, like, okay, now I know what informatics plays in the workforce, and it's just not for me. But I would definitely consider working close with informatics nerds in order to update and modify the platforms that they create for us. And specifically, you know, what route I'm going to take for my master's. And now I have a clear understanding that I will not be choosing informatics as one of my concentrations. Um, but as an educator, I feel like it's also important to work with them because he also mentioned that he also helps with creating the platforms that are used for students or people that get hired into the hospital. So working as a nurse in education, it allows for both teams to work together to give the best output for new hirees or new students that are coming into nursing. So I think this was a great opportunity. I feel like the assignment gave us a clear understanding of what the job entails and how are we able to prepare ourselves for the future, and that if it's something that, we would enjoy doing or not. And Kenneth really helped me have that understanding of informatics and what an informatics nurse entails, and if that's something that I wish to pursue in the future. So thank you.